Number 1. The 1992 Dodge D250 regular cab long bed, priced at $7,000 and located in Girard, Pennsylvania, is a solid and dependable first-gen Cummins truck with 146,000 miles on the odometer. This 3/4-ton pickup features a legendary 5.9L 12-valve Cummins diesel, paired with an automatic transmission, offering the kind of torque and reliability these early diesels are famous for. This D250 carries an R title due to a previous theft and recovery before the current owner took possession. However, it has been well cared for over the last 8 years, never driven during harsh Pennsylvania winters, and regularly undercoat to prevent rust. Mechanically, the truck is mostly original except for a few sensible upgrades, including an HX35 turbo and 4-inch exhaust, delivering a noticeable boost in performance and airflow. It also features a solenoid bypass for overdrive, offering more direct control on the highway. Recent maintenance includes a new steering box and alternator, and the seller reports that it's been a great truck throughout their ownership. With its classic square body lines, unmodified character, and durable diesel power plant, this D250 stands out as a practical workhorse or a great base for restoration or performance upgrades. If you're looking for a true first-gen Cummins with a straightforward ownership history and solid bones, this could be your next truck. Number 2. The 1991 Chevrolet S10 Pickup, priced at $4,000 and located in Fowlerville, Michigan, is a rugged, low-slung project truck that blends classic mini-truck vibes with V8 power and raw potential. It's not finished, but it's a great starting point for someone who wants a unique manual ride with attitude and a whole lot of muscle under the hood. This S10 has been swapped with a 305 V8 engine, paired to an NV35 5-speed manual transmission, a combo that gives a serious bump in performance compared to stock. According to the owner, it starts right up and runs and drives, though the motor does burn a little oil and smokes a bit, something to consider if you're planning on daily driving it. The good news? It already has new head gaskets, a brand new Edelbrock intake, and a brand new Edelbrock carburetor, so some of the most important upgrades have already been taken care of. The transmission shifts through all 5 gears smoothly, although there's an occasional grind when shifting into reverse. Typical of older manual swaps, but still something worth looking into. Underneath, this truck has had a lot of love. It was stripped down to the frame and fully repainted, giving it a refreshed base. The seller has also replaced all suspension components, and it now sits on a lowering kit that gives it a great street stance, aggressive and clean. In the rear, it's been upgraded with a Ford 8.8 axle, a strong and popular swap choice for added durability and performance. At the moment, the truck only has front brakes, which the seller says work great, but notes that adding rear brakes and lines would be a straightforward task. The cab has some rust, which is expected for its age, but the seller emphasizes that it's still structurally solid. This isn't a showroom build. It's an honest, old-school mini-truck that's been modernized where it counts and left open for customization. Whether you want to finish it as a rat rod, a sleeper, or a slam show truck, the bones are here. The seller is open to trades for other manual vehicles or anything cool and adds that cash is always king. His attitude? Throw me an offer, worst I can say is no. If you're someone who enjoys a bit of elbow grease and wants a V8 powered S10 with character, a fresh chassis, and loads of potential, this could be your next weekend warrior or your ticket to the local cruise nights. Number 3. The 1979 Ford F-150 FX2 Pickup, offered at $9,750 and located in Wake Forest, North Carolina, is a classic American truck with deep roots and plenty of character. With 112,000 miles on the odometer and a smooth automatic transmission, this vintage F-150 isn't just a survivor. It's a prime candidate for your next resto mod project, or a great driver that can still turn heads just as it is. This particular F-150 is a lariat edition, meaning it came from the factory with more comfort features and upscale styling than your standard workhorse. And here's a rare bonus. This truck has been in the same family since it was bought new, giving it a known history and that priceless factor of long-term ownership. It has spent its life in North Carolina, with current registration still active, and since it falls under the classic vehicle category, it no longer needs inspections in the state. A nice perk for collectors or hobbyists. The seller notes that it starts right up and has been recently tuned up, making it a mechanically sound runner. Whether you're looking to hit the road or use it as a base for a custom build, the essentials are already in place. Its clean stance and classic bodyline speak to a time when trucks were built to last and built to look good doing it. As a late 70s model, this F-150 still wears that iconic boxy styling, big chrome front grille, and no-nonsense steel charm. The FX2 badge adds some cool factor, and while full details on the drivetrain or upgrades haven't been provided, the vehicle's well-maintained nature and solid running condition give a lot of potential for customization, restoration, or light weekend cruising. This is the kind of truck that can go in any direction you want. Keep it patina-rich and raw for that rat rod charm. Get a full resto-mod treatment with modern powertrain and air ride suspension, or just keep enjoying it as is. A family-owned classic that stood the test of time. For under $10,000, it's tough to find a vintage Ford in this kind of shape with such a reliable history. If you've been dreaming of a 70s Ford pickup with character, legacy, and a strong running heart, this 1979 F-150 Lariat FX2 might be your perfect fit. Number 4. The 1985 Dodge D150 regular cab long bed, listed at $10,200 and located in Hampton Bays, New York, is a time capsule of Mopar truck heritage. Featuring a manual transmission, red exterior, and matching red interior, this truck is a rare survivor that stayed true to its roots. With only 72,000 original miles on the clock, it's a well-preserved, all-original example of Dodge's square body era, and a standout for anyone who appreciates unmodified American pickups from the 80s. This truck is described as a Dodge Ram D100 Custom, which often came with unique trim accents and simple yet durable construction. Although it wears a D150 badge in the listing title, that's likely due to modern naming conventions. It appears to be the lighter-duty D100, the classic half-ton that made Dodge pickups a common sight on American backroads and job sites. What really makes this one special is its completely original condition. That means it's not been chopped, lowered, swapped, or resto-modded, something that's becoming increasingly rare in the vintage truck market. From the original paint and interior color combo to what appears to be the factory motor and drivetrain setup, this D100 is ideal for purists who value authenticity over modification. The red-on-red look is pure 1980s Americana, bold and unapologetic, and it still turns heads nearly 40 years later. Under the hood, you'll likely find a trusty slant, 6 or a small block V8, both of which were reliable power plants for the era. The manual transmission adds a level of engagement and mechanical simplicity that modern trucks just don't offer anymore, giving the driver a direct connection to the road and to the machine. Whether you're cruising local roads or taking it to a weekend show, this Dodge is more than capable. The body appears to be straight in the mileage, just 72K original, backs up the idea that this truck has been well cared for over the decades. It's perfect for someone looking to relive the 80s, collect vintage Dodge trucks, or even use as a daily driver with a splash of old school cool. Whether you're into collecting classic trucks, want a vintage rig that hasn't been tampered with, or just appreciate Dodge's lesser-seen pickups, this 1985 Dodge D100 Custom is a strong contender. For just over 10 grand, you're not just buying a truck. You're buying an honest piece of Mopar history that's only going to get rarer with time. Number 5. The 1992 Ford F-150 FX2 Pickup, listed at $9,500 and located in Chester, Virginia, is a clean, well-maintained example of early 90s Ford toughness, now tuned with a touch of street style. Powered by the legendary 351 Windsor V8 and paired with an automatic transmission, this short bed pickup is a solid blend of classic performance and cruiser appeal, showing 172,564 miles on the odometer. What sets this F-150 apart is its custom stance. It's been lowered 2 inches up front, and the rear axle has been flipped, giving it a sleek, level profile that makes it stand out without going over the top. Brand new air shocks in the rear improve both comfort and handling, offering adjustability while keeping the lower look clean and functional. Add to that a fresh set of new tires, and you've got a truck that's ready to roll. No extra work needed. Mechanically, this truck is dialed in. It's described as running and driving great, and it's not just talk. The current owner recently took on a 3-hour trip with 0 issues, a clear sign of reliability. The cold AC is another huge plus, especially for anyone planning to enjoy this truck during the warmer months. And most impressively for a truck of this vintage, there's no rust at all, underscoring the seller's claim that it's extremely clean for its age. The interior and exterior aren't fully detailed in the listing, but given the emphasis on how clean the truck is overall, and the fact that these 9th-gen F-150s are becoming increasingly rare in this condition, it's safe to assume that this one has been well cared for. The FX2 package suggests sportier trim, typically including blackout styling cues and upgraded handling from the factory, though many were later customized like this one for street truck vibe. If you're looking for a driver-ready classic that blends vintage Ford power with subtle custom touches, this 1992 F-150 is a compelling option. Whether you're after a weekend cruiser, a show-and-shine candidate, or just a cool old-school truck that turns heads, this one ticks all the boxes. At $9,500 or best offer, it's priced right for condition and upgrades. Serious buyers should move quickly. Trucks this clean don't last long, especially when they're this road ready. Number 6. The 1982 Dodge D150 Short Bed. Priced at $7,900 and located in Eagle Bridge, New York, is a charming, classic short bed pickup that blends vintage Mopar utility with a dose of old-school character. This truck has traveled a bit. Originally brought in from Idaho, later sold to a buyer in New Hampshire, and now back on consignment at the shop where it first resurfaced. With around 100,000 miles on the odometer and a manual transmission, it's a simple, rugged build centered around a slant, 6-engine and 4-speed gearbox, a tried-and-true powertrain known for its durability and ease of use. While it's not a show truck, this D150 is far from rough. It has no major rot, just some surface rust spots and cosmetic signs of age, including an older repaint with minor chips and peeling. That said, it still presents well and is a kind of pickup you won't feel bad about taking on grocery runs, weekend errands, or cruising the back roads. It's got just enough patina to remind you it's earned its stripes without looking neglected. Since its last sale, the previous owner made a number of tasteful upgrades. Front brakes were redone, a new seat cover installed, bed rails added, and a retro-style stereo fitted. The result is a clean little driver that's both comfortable and mechanically sound. It's described as a runs and drives really nice kind of truck, the kind you can hop into without drama and enjoy immediately. The seller is also including a 2-barrel intake and car with the truck, giving potential for a small performance bump later on. For those interested in appearance, there's an option to purchase the truck with the wheels and tires pitched in the bed for an additional $600, bringing the total to $8,500 if desired. Documentation-wise, the truck comes with New Hampshire registration, and the seller notes they can help acquire an NH title if needed, especially useful if your state requires a title for a vehicle of this age. Altogether, this 1982 Dodge D150 offers great value for a vintage pickup that's ready to be enjoyed now with room for light customization down the road. It's a well-sorted, well-traveled, short bed classic with storied tell. At $7,900, it's priced right for a solid driver with a clean frame, reliable engine, and just the right amount of attitude. Number 7. The 1986 GMC Pickup, priced at $11,000 and located in Ronkonkoma, New York, is a classic American two-wheel drive C15 that offers a strong foundation for someone looking to enjoy or restore a square-body GMC with solid mechanicals and a clean undercarriage. The truck shows 60,000 miles on the odometer, though the seller notes it's unclear whether that figure is original. Either way, this pickup stands out for what matters most on older trucks. The frame is clean and solid, with absolutely no frame rot and no oil leaks of any kind. That alone makes it a promising candidate for long-term enjoyment or light restoration. This 1986 model comes with dual gas tanks, and according to the seller, everything in the truck works, a nice bonus on a nearly 40-year-old vehicle. The air conditioning system is present, though the compressor is currently making noise when running. However, the seller offers to install a brand new compressor as part of the sale if the buyer desires, which would restore full function to the AC without added cost. The interior has received some attention over the years. The dash pad, door panels, and driver's seat have all been replaced at some point, giving the cabin a refreshed and more comfortable feel compared to many trucks of this era. Mechanically, the truck has an exhaust leak on the driver's side manifold, which hasn't been addressed yet. While it's not a deal breaker, it's something for the next owner to plan for, possibly a weekend garage fix or a simple shop job depending on skill level. As for the body, there are some honest signs of age and wear. Rust is visible along the top rails of the bed, and there are small rot holes on the lower sides of the cab and just behind the rear wheels. These are fairly typical spots for trucks of this vintage, and they haven't yet affected the frame or drivetrain integrity. Despite its age, this GMC still presents a solid value at $11,000, especially for buyers in the Northeast where clean frame trucks are increasingly hard to find. It's got the bones for either a driver or a project. And with Charlie, the seller, including that new AC compressor, there's already an incentive to keep this truck cool and cruising. If you're after a dependable, straightforward square-body GMC with great potential and a seller willing to work with you on final details, this 1986 C15 might just be worth a drive to Ronkonkoma. Number 8. The 1978 Ford F-150 Short Bed, priced at $16,000 and located in Clayton, Michigan, is a classic, rugged short bed 4x4 that captures the bold stance and raw simplicity of late 70s American pickups. This particular 1978 Ford F-150 is powered by a V8 engine mated to an automatic transmission, and with just 53,604 miles on the odometer, it represents a relatively low mileage example for its age, especially considering these trucks were built to be used and driven hard. Whether you're after a retro daily driver, a vintage off-road rig, or a weekend cruiser, this truck is ready to fill the role. It's a 4x4 short bed, which is one of the most sought-after configurations in the F-Series from this era, combining maneuverability with capability and adding to the overall collectible appeal. According to the seller, it runs and drives well, and it's already had some recent mechanical attention, including a new carburetor and a new steering box. Two crucial components that improve drivability and control. In terms of condition, the truck shows its age honestly. The seller mentions that the visible rust is shown in the pictures, which is a transparent way to say, what you see is what you get. While some rust is expected on a nearly 50-year-old Michigan truck, it appears to be manageable and not structural. giving the next owner the opportunity to either preserve it as is with patina or take on a light restoration project. Classic Ford trucks, especially late 70s F-Series Short Bed 4X4S, are gaining serious momentum in the vintage truck world. They offer timeless design, simple mechanics, and enough toughness to still serve as functional workhorses or adventure-ready rigs. At $16,000, this truck offers a combination of classic appeal, mechanical freshness, and a desirable configuration, all in a package that's still affordable compared to fully restored or show-quality examples. Located in Clayton, Michigan, it's well-positioned for Midwest buyers looking for a classic Ford that's ready to drive now and customize later. Whether you're building a retro off-roader, want to relive the glory days of American pickups, or simply want a no-frills 4x4 with character, this 1978 F-150 Short Bed delivers all the right vintage vibes with dependable updates under the hood. Number 9. The 1979 Ford F-100, priced at $4,500 and located in Muscoda, Wisconsin, is a tough and reliable classic pickup that's been kept alive with care and practicality. Ready for someone who wants a no-nonsense driver with solid bones and a bit of vintage charm. Being sold on behalf of the seller's father, this 1979 Ford F-150 comes with several notable mechanical updates. Under the hood sits a rebuilt 400M engine with only 20,000 miles since the rebuild. Plenty of life left to serve its next owner well. Made it a 4-speed manual transmission, it delivers a more engaging driving experience compared to the automatics of its era and is backed by a durable 9-inch rear end. This combination makes it ideal not just for cruising, but also for hauling or light utility work if needed. Mechanically, it's been refreshed where it matters most. New alternator, new starter, new thermostat, and a freshly rebuilt carburetor all help ensure dependable starts and smooth operation. This is a truck that's had real work put into keeping it road ready. Cosmetically, the box has been swapped from a 1987 F-150, giving it a slightly updated look in the rear. Like many working-class survivors from the Midwest, it does show some rust on the cab and box, but nothing structural. The frame remains solid, which is key for longevity. The roof line has been patched to prevent leaks, and although it could benefit from some additional finishing work, it's functional as is. Overall, this F-100 runs, drives, and stops well. It's a truck you can drive immediately while restoring at your own pace, or leave it just the way it is and enjoy as a rugged, character-filled classic. Included in the deal are 2 spare front fenders, which give a nice head start for any cosmetic restoration plans. At just $4,500, it's a very reasonable price for a mechanically sound classic Ford with rebuilt engine and strong bones. With no trades accepted, it's a straightforward cash deal for anyone looking for a vintage workhorse or project with potential. Whether you're hunting for a reliable weekend cruiser, a simple and cool shop truck, or a father-son restoration candidate, this 1979 Ford F-100 in Muscoda, Wisconsin, delivers great value, solid updates, and that unmistakable late 70s Ford pickup style. Number 10. The 1965 Ford F-100, priced at $13,900 and located in Carrollton, Ohio, is a solid slice of American pickup history. Simple, rugged, and upgraded just enough to make it a great driver, without losing its classic charm. This vintage 1965 Ford F-100 is equipped with a 6-cylinder engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission, a classic column shift setup that gives it that old-school driving feel enthusiasts love. But it's not entirely stock under the hood. It features a newer motor fitted with an Offenhauser intake and a mild cam, giving improved throttle response and a bit more personality than your average straight 6. These upgrades make this truck more enjoyable to drive while still keeping it reliable and easy to maintain. The truck runs and drives excellent. According to the seller, an important distinction that means you can hop in and enjoy it right away without worrying about tuning or troubleshooting. It's not a trailer queen or a show truck, and the seller is clear about that. There's some minor rust and paint imperfections, which is to be expected on a working-class survivor from the mid-60s. but its imperfections are part of what makes it authentic. This is a truck you won't be afraid to drive, park, or put to use, all while enjoying the look and sound of a true classic. While it's not a full-blown restoration, the body appears presentable and straight overall. This F-150 offers just the right blend of old-school simplicity and tasteful mechanical upgrades, making it a great candidate for anyone looking for a vintage pickup that's ready to cruise as is or serve as a base for future cosmetic restoration. The asking price of $13,900 reflects its running condition, clean upgrades, and increasing rarity of unmolested classic Ford trucks. And with no trades accepted, this is a straight sale, perfect for someone ready to make a classic pickup their own without the guesswork of a full project truck. If you're after a dependable, character-rich classic with real-world usability and some subtle performance flair, this 1965 Ford F-150 in Carrollton, Ohio is a worthy contender. Number 11. The 1984 Chevrolet S10 Pickup, listed at $16,000 and located in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, is anything but ordinary. This beastly little truck has been transformed into a full-blown street machine, with performance specs that rival modern muscle cars. At the heart of this S10 is a built 383 small block Chevy, assembled by Powerline Performance. It's a professionally built engine with serious hardware, started with AFR aluminum cylinder heads for high-flow breathing and an Edelbrock aluminum intake, made into an 80 carburetor that feeds it all the fuel it craves. Scorpion roller rockers add strength and precision to the valve train, ensuring reliability at high RPMs. The exhaust is handled by V8 S10 swap headers, and cooling is optimized with an electric water pump and March pulley setup, while a mini starter ensures consistent cranking. This isn't just a swap job. It's a fully sorted performance build. The dyno sheet tells the story best. 509 horsepower on pump 91 octane. That's more than enough to turn this lightweight truck into a tire-shredding street weapon. Despite the massive performance, this truck is still manageable and drivable thanks to its automatic transmission, making it a great cruiser that can also rip at a moment's notice. With only 787 miles driven since the build, everything is still fresh. This S10 hasn't been beaten on or worn down. It's ready for its next owner to enjoy the full potential of a power-packed V8 stuffed into a compact platform. On the outside, it retains its classic 1984 body lines, clean and purposeful. If you're after a unique combination of vintage looks and modern muscle, this truck delivers. Whether you're headed to the local car meet, your favorite back road, or the drag strip, this S10 is ready to impress. Priced at $16,000, it's a serious deal for a professionally built 500-plus horsepower machine. The seller has invested in quality components and careful assembly. You're not just buying a truck. You're buying a ticket to a very fast, very fun driving experience. Located in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, this one is for enthusiasts who want big power in a small, attention-grabbing package. Number 12. The 1992 Dodge D150 Club Cab Long Bed. Priced at $13,000 and located in Athens, Texas, is a rare find for fans of untouched, first-generation Cummins-powered trucks. With 204,000 miles on the odometer and a clean title, this Survivor is a testament to durability and originality. What sets this truck apart is its bone-stock condition. In a world where so many first-gens have been turned up, modified, or molested, this one stands proudly unaltered. The 5.9L Cummins turbo diesel remains untouched, which is incredibly rare for a truck of this age and mileage. That means you're getting the truck exactly as Dodge built it. No power adders, no tuners, no crazy mods, just a legendary reliability that made these trucks icons. It features an automatic transmission, a long bed, and extended club cab configuration, offering more space for storage or passengers. All gauges, including the odometer, are fully functional, which is another small miracle in a truck from 1992. Mechanically, it's in excellent shape. The air conditioning and heat work, and there are no reported drivetrain issues. The only minor flaws are cosmetic. The driver's side window motor needs replacement, and the clear coat is beginning to peel, although the seller assures that it hasn't yet affected the paint underneath. More photos are promised to show the truck's exterior in full detail. This truck is ideal for someone who values originality and wants a strong foundation for restoration, work rig, or weekend hauler. Whether you're planning to keep it stock, preserve it, or turn it into a period-correct showpiece, it's all there. At $13,000, you're buying into one of the most sought-after diesel platforms ever made. Before emissions equipment, before modern electronics, just raw, mechanical toughness. This unmolested first-gen Cummins is ready for its next chapter, and with a little cosmetic attention, could easily become a standout in any collection. Located in Athens, Texas, it's a clean, honest truck that's getting harder and harder to find. Number 13. The 1987 Ford F-150 HD Long Bed, priced at $700 and located in Ronkonkoma, Virginia, is a rough-and-ready project truck that's priced to move. This one's for the brave souls who aren't afraid to turn a wrench and bring a true heavy-duty classic back to life. It's powered by an inline-six engine paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, giving it the kind of simple, durable drivetrain that made these F-250s workhorses of their time. The seller says it was running and driving before the distributor went out. A brand new distributor has already been purchased and is included, but after struggling to get it properly timed and installed, the owner has decided to throw in the towel. In their words, they're done fucking with it. This is a mechanic special, no doubt. If you know how to time an old Ford inline-six, you may have a runner with just an afternoon's work. With the drivetrain basics mostly intact, this could be a solid start for a restoration, a farm truck, or a rugged utility build. Now, let's talk body condition. Yes, it has rust, and not just a little. The seller is upfront about that. It's an '87 truck on the Virginia shore, so salt, air, and time have taken their toll. Expect rust in the usual places. Cab corners, bed rails, and likely frame surface rust as well. But for $700, you're not buying a showpiece. You're buying potential. The jack doesn't come with it. So bring your own if you plan to tow or trailer at home. Odometer reads 99,999 miles, which basically means it's unknown, but that's to be expected in this price range. Bottom line, if you got the tools, the time, and the patience, this 1987 F-250 HD might just be the budget project you've been waiting for. Located in Ronkonkoma, Virginia, and offered at just $700. It's a classic Ford that's begging for a second chance. Make an offer. Worst they can say is no. Number 14. The 1991 Dodge D150 Long Bed, priced at just $3,800 and located in Cypress, Texas, is a hard-to-find, heavy-duty classic that's ready to work or restore, depending on your vision. With only 78,000 miles on the odometer, this D350 represents one of the last generations of truly rugged, mechanically straightforward trucks before electronics took over the dashboard. Powered by a reliable 360 cubic inch, 5.9L gas engine, paired with an automatic transmission and overdrive, this long bed hauler has the bones and the drivetrain to handle both daily use and long-haul duty. Described by the seller as a project, this truck is already mechanically sound where it counts. It drives well, handles the highway comfortably, and the heater is functional. A good sign that the core systems are still in working order. While it may not be perfect cosmetically, the essentials are in place. Clean title, current registration, and a drivetrain that runs and pulls with confidence. The exterior features a classic long bed configuration, complete with built-in toolboxes. A rare and practical feature for anyone planning to use this truck for work or outdoor projects. According to the seller, all the boxes are in good condition and locked properly, except for one. That small exception aside, the boxes are a functional and valuable addition to the truck's utility-focused design. This truck would make a fantastic base for a full restoration, the kind of platform that lends itself well to either return to factory specs or a custom build. With its solid drivetrain, straightforward mechanical setup, and a reputation for durability, The 1991 Dodge D350 is a favorite among enthusiasts looking for a dependable workhorse that doesn't rely on computers to stay on the road. It's rare to find a D350 in any condition under $5,000, especially one that's still drivable and complete with registration and paperwork. If you're a mechanic, collector, restorer, or just someone in need of a reliable, old-school pickup that won't break the bank, this truck could be the opportunity you've been waiting for. Take it home as a reliable beater with character, or make it your next full-scale restoration project. Either way, at $3,800, this one's price a move. Number 15, the 1975 Ford F-150 regular cab long bed. Priced at $5,500 and located in Westcliff, Colorado, is a rugged, classic American workhorse that's ready for its next chapter. With a 360 cubic inch V8 engine mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, this two-wheel drive pickup brings a kind of old-school driving experience that's becoming harder and harder to find. It's clocked 111,111 miles, and while it may need a little TLC, it still runs and drives great. Proof that this old Ford still has plenty of life left in it. The seller is up front. This isn't a show truck, but it is a solid old truck that could be daily driven, weekend cruised, or brought back to original glory with a bit of elbow grease. Whether you're looking for a dependable vintage work rig or a base for a full restoration project, this 1975 F-150 has a bones for either path. The 4-speed manual transmission means you're in full control, and the big block V8 under the hood delivers the kind of low-end torque you want in a truck of this era. Great for hauling, towing, or just enjoying that unmistakable old Ford rumble. Cosmetically, it might show signs of age here and there, but that's expected for a truck that's nearly 50 years old. The body style, with its long bed and regular cab, reflects a time when trucks were made to last and built with simplicity in mind. Parts for these F-Series classics are still widely available, and the aftermarket community is strong, which makes it easy to keep on the road or customize it to your liking. The seller says needs gone ASAP, which suggests they're motivated and may be open to reasonable offers. However, at $5,500, this already feels like a fair price for a running and driving vintage F-150 with a big block and a stick shift, especially in today's market where classic trucks continue to rise in value. If you're searching for a no-nonsense, mechanically sound truck with character, something you can work on, drive hard, and still be proud of, this 1975 Ford F-150 might be exactly what you're after. Don't wait too long. Classics like this, especially at this price point, don't tend to sit for long.